Hi guys, Oscar here, and I'm going to show you how to make your own spigot Minecraft server for 50 quid. Firstly, the machine that I'm using is an i3 12 gigs of RAM model. It's from HP. Firstly, the requirements of your system, it needs to have at least 4 gigs of RAM, and I would recommend a 4-core processor. You also need to have at least 100 gigabytes of storage data for your server in either hard drives form or SSD form. So I've plugged in that computer and downloaded TeamViewer successfully. So I've jumped into my computer and I've already connected my computer to the computer that I'm using as my Minecraft server. So once you've clicked on the first link in the description, you should be taken to this website called Get Bucket and then Spigot. So this is if you want to download a server that you can install plugins on. I would recommend a Spigot server instead of like a normal Minecraft server, because it has more compatibility with if you wanted to create a mini game or something, and it's really easy to download plugins. So what you're gonna do now is you go on to the version of Minecraft that you want. As you can see, there's all the different versions of Minecraft, so I'm gonna do 1.15.1 because that's the latest release at the time of making this video. So you just click on there and then click on here, and it should download in the bottom left, and you should keep the file because it's downloaded by millions of people, and I'm pretty sure that it is not a virus. So if you click on keep, so the next thing that you want to do is come out of your web browser and click on files. So now you want to go into documents and you want to create a new folder, and I would just name this Minecraft server or something like that. So if you click onto this folder, at the moment it's empty. Now you go onto downloads, find the Spigot download that you just downloaded, click on it, copy it and paste it into your Minecraft server, or the file that you created. So now what you do is you click on you left click on it, or no, right click on it, then you select open with, and it should say open with Java TM platform SE binary. If there's no option of this, then you will need to download Java, and I'll show you how to do this. So to download Java, you should go into the second link in the description, and it will pop up with this screen here. All you do is just click on download Java and agree to start free download, and then you will open it in the setup wizard, and then you go on from there. I'm not going to install this because I've already got it installed, but that's all you have to do if you don't see that to open it with platform ST binary. So if you do, you don't need to do that process.
So then you just click on Spigot, open with Java ST binary. You should have it at this point. Then you click OK. So you may have to wait up to 10 seconds for this to work, because it's generating all of the server files that it would need to do. So, and you may need to click on it more than once. Okay, so when these 3 files have loaded, you should see prop server, EULA and logs. So, and the Spigot server Java file. So the only thing that you need to edit is this EULA file. So the EULA is basically the agreement of that you have to agree by, like a Mojang agreement, if you're making money on this server. So if you're not planning to make money, you're just planning to play with it, your friends, you don't need to read this and just change this false to true. So then once you've done that, just click on File and Save, and then you can just close out of the EULA. So now you you click on the Spigot jar file again, and then it might take up to 10 seconds for everything to load again. So once all of the files have loaded, there's tons of them and you don't really need to know too much of them. So basically the 2 things that you should be looking at is this properties file here. This tells you all of the server properties, and you can change like you have to set your IP address using this file. Yeah, so once all of these files have loaded, what you need to do is you have to right click on the tab or the Windows thing at the top and the bottom for me, and then you click on Task Manager. So then you have to click on Java ST Platform SE binary and end that task. So once you've done that, you can close out of Task Manager. So now you need to create a way of running the server. So how you do that is you need to click on the file that everything's in, do new, and then do text document. Just click onto this text document, and so all the different things that you have to type in here are in the description. So the way that you do it is you can either have a 1 GB, 2 GB, 3 GB or 4 GB server, and to define that you need to put in specific code, and also it has to link with what this is called. So so all the code will be in the description and it will be labeled. So if you want a 1, 2, 3 or 4 GB server. So I've copied in my 4 GB server files, and things to note that this corresponds to how many megabytes you want the server to have in it, and then this is the name of what you've given, the name of the jar file in the folder. So as you can see that this matches up to this, so we're all good. So now you need to file, save as, and then it has to be all files, and then you make it run.bat. So then you save that, and then you can close out of this. So now when you run the server, it will say please download a new build per instruction from this website. Don't just ignore that. I'm pretty sure that's a bug, because this is the latest version of Spigot. But so when it says done, type stop, and that will stop the server. So now what we need to do is we need to make the server have an IP address, or host the server on an IP address. So if you are hosting the server on your router's IP address, you have to be careful about who you give that to, because if you give it out to people that you don't know, they can possibly DDoS you and shut down your whole router, and that's not very good. So be careful who you give this IP address out to, because it will be the IP address that you would need to join the server. So how you find that IP address is you go on to, if you go into the start menu and type in CMD, and it should come up with command prompt. Then you do IP config, press enter, and it will give you all these numbers. So the two things that you want to look at are, and note down as well, are your IP4 address and your default gateway. So these are blurred at the moment because I don't want you DDoSing me. So the IP4 address is just along from the where it says IP4 address, and then the default gateway is just along, but then one down. I don't know why, because I think this is a MAC address or something. So once you've written down your IP4 address and default gateway, you can close out of command prompt, and then click on, and this is where the server file here comes into play. So you click on the server file, and it should open a notepad, and you scroll down past all of this stuff. You can change it if you want, depending on how you like your server, but scroll down until you see something called server IP. So then what you do is you paste or write your IP4 address that you got from your IP config command in just past the equal sign of the server IP. So I'm just writing mine down here, and yours will be different. Yeah, so once you've done that, you can save this server properties file, and there you've got it. So now if you press the run on this server, you could technically join it, but you would have to be connected to the same internet. But I don't know about you, but I'd like my friend mate from like down the street or across the world to be able to join this server. So what we need to do is something called port forwarding, and that's when your default gateway will come into play, because what you need to do then, port forwarding is quite simple. So you type in your default gateway, whatever it should be, into just any search engine will do. I'm just where you search up what you want. There you just type that in, and you would be greeted with something like this. So basically, you, depending on what router company you have, it will probably look something completely different to this if you don't have a BT router, because I have a BT router, it will look as it will look exactly the same as this, or yeah, different. So on most things it will prompt you to enter your admin password, which can be found on the back of most routers. So just once you've done that, you should be shown some screen that looks vaguely like this. So I'll give you some links to YouTube videos that show you how to port forward lots of popular routers, but I'll show you how to port forward the BT router or get onto the port forwarding menu. So what you do in a BT router is you go into advanced settings, firewall, and because this is a BT router, it asks you to enter the admin password after when you change something. So I'm going to enter the admin password. So once I've done that, it will get you onto the port forwarding router. So with this, I've got lots of port forwarding here, so port forwards already here, but what you need to do is once you've gone onto the port forwarding, on most routers it will look practically and basically the same. So what you do is create a new port forwarding rule, and then just name it something like Minecraft, I'm not sure, and then you need to select your device. So my device is this desktop computer here, and then what you now need to do is you need to type in Minecraft's port. So if you don't know that, Minecraft's port is in this server properties file. So just go down and then you'll see query port here, and it's this number 25565, and this will be the same for practically everyone. So all you do is you type in that number where it asked you to. So here it's 25565, 25565. So then what protocol you should do is you should select TCP and UDP. So just to make sure, because then you can use UDP and TCP things. So there you can add it to your list. Mine is saying error because I've already set up my Minecraft port here, as you can see. Yeah, so that's how you do it, and also I'll link some videos on how to port forward other routers apart from BT ones. So once you've done that port forwarding thing, you can close out of your browser and then click on your server to run it. So we got Minecraft open here. So when you've got it open, you go onto multiplayer. If that comes up, you just allow access to it, and then you go add a server, name the server what you want. I'm just going to leave that blank, and then you put in your IP4 address that you put into the server IP earlier. So I'm just putting mine in. Again, it's blurred, so just as a caution, so people watching this won't DDoS me. So it should ping. Just to note that I'm not sure how to change this yet, but there is a 20-player cap on these servers, so yeah. So if I join the server, you can see once it's loading terrain. Yeah, so this is practically the worst spawn point you could imagine, but you get the point. Block. When I break blocks, it's instant, and the item drops instantly. Entities seem to move without lag, so that's quite good. So how you op yourself when you go onto your server, because you won't be opt, you'll be in probably survival mode, is you go into your server command prompt thing and you type in op and then your name. So my name is Oscar Holtshi. So when you type in that, you should see that the server's made Oscar Holtshi a server operator. So now I can do like game mode creative. So now I can fly around in my server. We're getting 100 FPS on here, so pretty solid performance here. And yeah, so I should actually another thing that I should teach you is to install a plugin onto the server. So how you install plugins is, and also if you're going to edit the server in any way, you should stop it first. So just type in stop and press enter. And wait for all that to clear, and then when it says press any key to continue, just close out of it. So how you install plugins. So if you want to install plugins onto your server, Spigot and Bucket plugins will work. So what you do is you go into the third link in the description, and you'll be sent to this page. So this will list all of the 1.15 compatible plugins. All these will work for older versions of Minecraft as well. So I'm just going to download World Edit because I want to edit things very fast on my server. So you just get taken to this page, click on download the latest file, click on keep because it's not a virus, and then what you do is you go into your downloads again, click on World Edit, and then click on copy, and then you go into your Minecraft server and then your plugins folder. So you'll see this folder called plugin metrics. That's just to set up the plugins, and then you just paste that, so that will run when you run the server now. So now what you do is you run the server again. Just now we log into the server, so now we should be able to use World Edit. So if we do /plugins, we have World Edit installed. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe and like if you liked it and found it helpful, and see you guys in the next video. Peace out.